it's Guy and Roseanne, and welcome back to Amore Van.
So we want to bring you this video because we've made a big change to our van. And Roseanne, tell them about it.
We have gotten the MaxxAir Fan installed.
Right. So we want to tell you a little bit about why we did it and the results that we've experienced so far, which is only 24 hours. But so what we've found is, even though we like the stealth nature of our van with nothing on the roof, over time we found that we just weren't able to exhaust the hot air or the warm air that accumulates during the day inside the van as well as we'd like to. And the consequence of that would be that we would sometimes in the evening find ourselves in an environment that was cool enough outside that we shouldn't need the air, but we wound up needing the air conditioning because we couldn't get the hot air effectively out of the van. So we would use the embassy side vents, the side fans, what the embassy folks called the scuppers, and they're fine if it's 60 degrees or less outside. They're bringing in nice cool air, and that'll do it. But if it's like more like high 60s or 70 outside, the van is holding that heat that accumulates during the day, and the hot air rises and kind of gets trapped by the ceiling, and we decided that a ceiling fan would really help us exhaust that hot air. And so we've had it for about a day now, and what do you think?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I was actually very cold last night. So.
Yeah, well, it was cool outside, but you can really feel the difference.
You can feel
the
difference immediately, yeah. And with the door open, you can really feel the difference. Yeah. But we had our Greg Johnson's in, and we could still feel a nice difference.
So it really does a nice job of moving the air, and so I decided to do a little experiment with how well it pulls the air in. So ideally, when you have the fan on and it's blowing out, the idea is for it to exhaust the hot air and draw the cooler outside air into the van. And so I decided to compare what would happen with the airflow coming in the cab screens, the Greg Johnsons, with just the scupper fans blowing out, and then compare that to the airflow coming in through the Greg Johnsons using the MaxxAir Fan instead. And here I show you those results. So in this video, I have the two driver side exhaust scuppers that Embassy installs on at full speed. And despite that, when I hold this gauge up to the Greg Johnson screen, you can see that it's not even moving the needle. So the air being exhausted by the scuppers is not drawing really very much air in through the screen. Now in this second video, I've turned on the MaxxAir Fan, which is exhausting air at a rate of 900 cubic feet per minute out the roof. This time you can see that there's considerable airflow now being drawn in through the Greg Johnson. And of course, a similar amount of air is being drawn in through the Greg Johnson on the other side of the van. And we even had measurable airflow being drawn in through the 4 scupper vents that aren't even on.
There you have it. The fan is doing exactly what we had hoped it would do. And hopefully it will also continue when we get to warmer weather.
And reduce our need for air conditioning going forward in the evening, which is the ultimate goal, to need that as little as possible.
We hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you next time here at Amore Van.